Imagine being part of a tragedy so twisted, so loaded with deception, that the very people entrusted to protect you are accused of manipulating the truth for their own gain. What if the real crime wasn't what we thought it was? Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the FBI's involvement, and political allegations are all tied together in one shocking case that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. Was Tyler Robinson just a distraction in a bigger game of lies? And did the FBI really cover up a larger conspiracy? Stay with us as we uncover the dark secrets behind the FBI's role, Candace Owens' revelations, and the explosive truth of Charlie Kirk's case. Candace Owens has never been one to shy away from controversy. She's made a name for herself by challenging the status quo and calling out institutions. But her recent live stream on YouTube, it has shaken public trust in the agencies meant to protect us. In a charged discussion, Owens challenged the FBI, accusing the agency of mishandling evidence and influencing public perception in the case surrounding Charlie Kirk's death. According to Owens, this isn't just a flawed investigation, it's part of a calculated political narrative. And the core tragedy? Tyler Robinson, she claims, wasn't merely a suspect. He was positioned to distract from deeper questions. But what exactly did she allege? Owens asserted that federal investigators used Tyler Robinson's case to shift attention away from connections involving powerful figures, among them Charlie Kirk. She claims the FBI's actions were not accidental, but intentional, crafted to protect certain narratives and political allies. Before we go further, remember, Owens does not mince words. Her statement that the FBI cannot be trusted resonated widely. She doesn't simply question motives. She accuses systemic manipulation, information shaped not by evidence, but by who could be harmed if the full truth came out. But why would this happen? Owens argues the political tensions surrounding Charlie Kirk's activism played a key role. Tyler Robinson's relationship to critics, his associations, and the way law enforcement has handled the case, these are all pieces of a puzzle Owens says were meant to stay hidden. So the real question becomes, did the FBI shape the narrative to protect powerful people? Were they more focused on protecting reputations than uncovering what truly happened? Owens' claims are potent because they suggest this case is not only about a crime, but about control, of information, of public viewpoint, of institutional power. Stay with us as we unpack the confusing layers of allegation, evidence, and political maneuvering at the center of this case. And remember, sometimes the sharpest danger comes not from criminals alone, but from the systems we trust. Feel the weight of that question. Could the FBI have concealed the truth to protect their political allies? As the investigation into Tyler Robinson's case moved forward, law enforcement quickly came under intense scrutiny. At first, the agencies involved appeared to be doing everything in their power to find answers. But as more information became public, the narrative changed in troubling ways. Sources close to the case indicate that there is evidence, messages, ballistics, and other forensic material that could have reshaped what we believed about the shooting of Charlie Kirk. Yet some of those materials have been challenged or questioned in court filings and public statements. Why were certain details emphasized while others were downplayed? Enter Candace Owens, the conservative commentator, who has alleged that the FBI allowed selective information to dominate the narrative. In her live commentary, Owens claimed that some evidence was framed in a way that benefits a particular political viewpoint. She suggested the agency may have diverted attention from things that reflect poorly on powerful individuals. She said, "We've seen the FBI play fast and loose with the facts, using Tyler Robinson as a focal point so that bigger questions get shadowed. The truth isn't what you've been told." Owens went further. She alleged that investigators omitted or delayed certain details, digital messages, surveillance footage, or forensic results that might implicate others. According to her, this isn't simply incompetence, it's intentional narrative management. Now, to be clear, nothing Owens says is yet proven in court, but the allegations have triggered widespread concern. Legal analysts say that if a government body suppresses or misrepresents evidence, that could invoke obstruction of justice or other serious charges. This leads to critical legal questions. What did the FBI know? When did they know it? And did decision-makers consciously choose which details to make public or private? The truth, as many now believe, may be far more complex and perhaps more political than the official story so far suggests. The headlines make it easy to forget that behind this controversy, behind the accusations and political shock, this is not just a political drama. There is a 22-year-old person in custody and a family reeling from what has happened. Tyler Robinson is in custody, held without bail at Utah County Jail. He is charged with aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, obstruction of justice, witness tampering, and related offenses. His first court appearance was via video, his voice heard only to state his name. He is being held under special precautions, including suicide watch and standard protections for high-risk detainees. In court documents, prosecutors say they may seek the death penalty, given Utah law allows capital punishment for aggravated murder under certain aggravating factors. Utah law lists potential sentences for aggravated murder to include death, life without parole, or very long prison terms. He was 22 years old, coming from Washington, Utah. No known prior felony convictions. Talented academically. Family said he had become more politically engaged. In a probable cause statement, it was noted that Robinson had expressed displeasure with Charlie Kirk's viewpoints ahead of the event. Messages found on chat platforms, e.g. Discord, testimony from a roommate, and forensic evidence have been cited in public reports as part of what law enforcement is examining. The emotional cost has been high. For Charlie Kirk's friends, his family, and for all those who came to the event. For Tyler Robinson's family, too, facing a public storm, legal proceedings, and media attention. Lives disrupted. Hearts weighed down. In court, protective orders have been issued. Kirk's widow has been granted protection. The first hearing carried an atmosphere of tension and grief. Observers noted that Tyler Robinson wore a safety smock standard for those under special watch. In Utah County's public statement, law enforcement indicated that they believe justice must follow the evidence, both what is known and what is yet to be verified. But many details remain opaque. Questions swirl. Did the authorities emphasize some evidence because it supported a straightforward narrative? Were there delays or omissions of other data? What about motive? And public reaction has been intense. Students, political activists, everyday citizens are asking for transparency. Shocking fact. In revealing documents, there are reports of digital messages allegedly deleting incriminating content and engraved bullets or shell casings that had markings. Also, in depositions, police found bullet targets with holes at Robinson's home, and transcripts from roommates who say Robinson discussed retrieving a rifle. Another unusual detail. During Robinson's first court appearance, he wore what is called a suicide prevention smock. The jail has placed him under special watch. These aren't just small side notes. They may affect how evidence is preserved, how the mental health of a suspect is evaluated, and how custodial responsibilities are handled under law. At the end of the day, this case raises far more questions than it answers. What really happened to Charlie Kirk? Was his shooting a result of targeted political violence? And how much of what we're being told is shaped by those in power? Why was Tyler Robinson's name made central so early? Why have some forensic or digital details become public while others remain vague or undisclosed? And most important, will we ever get full transparency? Or will selective narrative and withheld evidence shape our understanding? What do you think? Was Tyler Robinson a lone actor acting out political anger? Or was there something more organized? Did institutions do enough? Did anyone hide something critical? If you found this story as unsettling and thought-provoking as we did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Where are you watching from, and what's your take on the case? And most importantly, share this video, because Charlie Kirk's story deserves more than silence. Let's make sure the truth doesn't fade away.